Hello everybody, my name is Christian Garcia and I'm going to be arguing as the first negative. Today I'm going to make the claim that the U.S. has long sustained adequate laws regarding abortion that protect women's rights and health. Therefore, the U.S. should not adopt a constitutional amendment to prohibit most abortions. I'd like to begin by responding to the advocate's claim that abortion puts the health of the mother in grave danger. I'd like to claim that the threat to the health of the mother is increased given the adoption of the affirmative plan. So first, according to data released by the CDC, there were 36 deaths from 2008 to 2012 due to complications from abortion. By contrast, an Amnesty International study on the prevalence of maternal death in the U.S. found an estimated 2 women die every day from complications during pregnancy. While this number may be small, it may be enough to deter women from going forward with childbirth, and I do believe that they have the choice in making that decision should it inhibit their ability to life or to prosper in a healthy way. Second, I'd like to point out that most of the deaths from abortion occur due to unsafe or illegal abortions that are performed. And in fact, outlawing such abortions will only increase the amount of unsafe abortions, thus increasing the risk to the mothers who seek such a treatment. Furthermore, a review in obstetrics and gynecology by Lisa Haddad, medical doctor and clinical fellow, as well as Nawal Noor, also a medical doctor, showed a positive correlation between mortality rates in countries with high abortion rate or high abortion restrictions compared to those with less restrictions. The median mortality rate in high restricted countries was about 23 deaths per 1,000 women, whereas the median mortality rate in countries with less restrictive laws was approximately 2 per 1,000 women. Second, I'd like to refute the claim that abortion is murder by claiming that there's a great scientific consensus regarding the fact that the fetus does not feel pain up to a certain point. Therefore, it is not appropriate to compare abortion to murder. So a statement directed towards President Donald Trump by the American College of Obstetricians and Gynecologists emphasized the need of scientific evidence that has been proven and affirmed for many years. In 2010, a study by the Royal College of Gynecologists showed that the brain of the fetus does not develop the necessary connections needed to transmit pain signals until at least 24 weeks. Furthermore, another study conducted in 2005 by the American Medical Association conveyed that pain is more than just these signals, and in fact, a psychological and emotional experience that requires a conscious recognition of such harmful stimulus, and that this capacity isn't observed to be possible within a fetus until at least the 3rd trimester. I'd like to end this point by also pointing out a simple fix that has been used to refute such concern. In Utah, recently there have been laws, as well as laws proposed by legislation in multiple states, where fetal anesthesia has been administered to lower or eliminate completely the possibility of pain should it be present at time of abortion. Thus, this simple fix renders a complete ban on abortions irrelevant if pain is what we're talking about in this circumstance. I'd like to move on by talking about counter claims regarding the significance and solvency. The affirmative claims that this is a big problem. However, there have been numerous affirmations of previous precedents set by Roe v. Wade, where the majority decision ruled that a ban on abortions violates the women's right to privacy, and that the women's right to privacy includes the right to seek an abortion. The research studies have also affirmed that the court's reasoning that because the fetus is undeveloped at the 1st trimester, women should not be barred from seeking an abortion. Furthermore, Stenberg v. Carhart, another Supreme Court case, outlawed a ban on partial abortions, striking down the undue burden placed upon a woman's right to seek an abortion. And Planned Parenthood v. Casey reaffirmed the core principle established in Roe v. Wade that a woman's right to privacy includes making the decision to have an abortion. Lastly, I'd like to argue that adopting the affirmative plan will not solve the problem of fetuses being aborted or abortion happening in the U.S. According to the World Health Organization, there are more than 56 million abortions performed worldwide. The previous review by Lisa Haddad and Noor also showed that abortion rates were actually higher in countries with more restrictions compared to those with few restrictions. The median abortion rate in European countries with few or no restrictions, Belgium, Germany, and the Netherlands, was less than 10 per 1,000 women aged 15 to 44. By contrast, the median abortion rate in countries with the most restrictions, Africa, Latin America, and the Caribbean, was 20 to 39 per 1,000 women aged 15 to 44. I'd like to conclude by pointing out that a 2009 Amnesty USA report, actually next, a 2009 USA Amnesty report on Nigeria's ban on abortions concluded that it did not reduce the amount of abortions, but increased the amount of unsafe abortions that took place. And lastly, I'd like to finish with a 2017 study by Pew that showed that 7 in 10 Americans still oppose overturning Roe v. Wade, a statistic that has held steady with over 60% support since 1973, which shows that the overwhelming majority of the American public has agreed with keeping the precedent established in Roe v. Wade.